in the building. How you doing?
I'm fine. I had a very hectic weekend this weekend.
Wow.
You know, considering I've been having headaches, I should have mellowed, but I didn't mellow. I went to a wedding on Saturday. We had 2 weddings. I dressed for the first wedding, which was the first invitation. But Theo said we should go to another wedding. So I was dressed in the ashwabi of the first wedding.
So the second wedding?
The second wedding. So I stood out like a sore thumb. Like that.
And so the colors did not match it at all.
But they were serving champagne.
Oh, you're poison.
I didn't go to the second party again. I sat down there.
No, you didn't go to the people. Wait, you didn't go to the people that own the ashwabi, their own party.
I didn't go again.
Imagine.
When they
said they have poison.
They didn't even
They put it. That's bad behavior.
It's bad behavior. I agree that it is bad behavior.
Embarrassing one.
Whoa.
And then I went to Afefe, this school for Lions Camp Up to watch a lovely play by Shegun Adefila. It was, and what I loved about the play was that it was telling us about going back to our culture.
Yeah.
It was a fantastic play, and I think everyone should go and watch it. It was called The Divorce of Ocha and Lovino. It was
at his restaurant.
That restaurant.
Never been there. Heard about it.
You haven't been there?
I've not been there.
And it has a cinema. Me that I'm on diet. I went to go and eat ice cream milkshake. I be drink ice cream milkshake.
You are just busy. How you doing, Nima? Let me come to you, Jai.
It was too much.
How you doing, Nima?
I'm fine. I'm grateful. It was a working weekend. So Friday we had dinner at Alara. Thank you, Miriam, for accompanying me. It was nice meeting Olawuyo, the entire designers, the pop-up, Hijabi pop-up exhibition was amazing. And I bought Remy Wahab. So apparently, all of you going to Turkey to buy Turkey are doing something wrong. So we have a designer, a hijabi, who creates hijabi with Nigerian fabric kind of a buyer. So
I don't find customer. I would definitely
I walk up as I come back. I kept saying, oh, budget. I bought it, JJ. I kept it inside my salaputi. One day, be a carpet something.
Yeah.
And it was really nice. On Sunday, my friend turned 40. And Honorable Noimot Banire, she's Mayegun now in marriage, and was her 10th anniversary as well. I show face, come out, no makeup, nothing, just show face, mark present, and left, and it was a politician kind of set up, everybody in the constituency. Okay. Just moved out.
You go to our producer. Yes. How you doing?
Still producing. 30 days on set.
Just day 9 or something, or day 10?
No. We've done 13 days.
Oh, really?
Already,
wow.
So
Okay.
the remaining days
halfway.
are loading, yes. Yeah. So I had 2 kids on set because I played the Ibeji and I had twins. And guess who my twins were? Aima and Kaima.
Hey!
Those girls are actors. They got on set that day because we didn't have time to print their own script. So they didn't read it before coming on set. I know how I was a bit panicky because I was thinking, would they have time to digest the lines and everything? Those girls shocked everybody.
Are you serious?
They read it there. They took it one take. No mistake.
Gosh.
Everybody was so impressed. These children should be.
Were they Aima and Kaima on set?
No. I gave them a Taye and a Kende, as a Yoruba woman that I was, and it was really fun. They experienced it. It was good. I've paid them. I said, we pay people on our set. We don't owe.
Nice.
We are good producers.
Come and invite me.
When I have a role for you, I'll call you.
They pay them well.
But I'm doing sales now. We're still selling. I've not had time to ring bell, so maybe I'll just carry the bell to set and ring it, give other actors to help me ring too, but sales are ongoing and, orders are coming in. So your hairs, your skincare, and your outfits are ready for
I have a lot of congratulatory messages. First of all, it's a birthday to my sister, Tinubu Aigwedo. Today is her birthday.
Okay.
Yesterday was Chief of Staff's birthday. That's
Jabi Amila.
Right Honorable Jabi Amila was his birthday yesterday. And then today also is somebody's birthday.
Governor Sanwo-Olu's birthday.
So it is?
Today?
I think so. That's governor.
His picture is in the Nation.
I think it was yesterday or today. 25th of June, yes. Governor Sanwo-Olu's birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah.
To our governor.
And congratulations to somebody who I regard as my godfather, Mr. Tunji Bello. God bless you. Was given CEO of Consumer Protection Commission. So congratulations to you, sir.
Yeah.
Well deserved.
Outfit for what?
Birthday.
So that's July, I think.
And I
It's June.
It's June.
We need to find out.
Anyway, I am dressed for Choma's wedding. I've not been invited. I don't know her. I don't know her husband. But because I am an online auntie, and I feel that it is important to celebrate a young woman who, through it all, you know, she has really held her power and she's finally gotten the marriage she wanted. Yeah. A lot of bad things have happened to her, good things have happened to her, but the truth is that in everything, Nigeria is celebrating and happy for her because at the end of the day, that's what she wanted. Yeah. See, there's nothing as powerful as a woman going for what she wants, who knows exactly what she wants, goes for it despite all the odds. And congratulations to her, her husband, Davido, and I congratulate the whole family. And I'm just an online auntie.
Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
I
will dance in my house, I will party in my office, I will order food, and I'll celebrate her. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Maybe they're watching this, they will quickly send you invitation.
I don't even want to go. This will be too crowded. I don't want to go for the party, but I like my house. It's too cool.
But I hope that... Anyway.
I just
That's our topic.
No, I took a story about it online, so...
Okay, you just take it there.
Let's go on a short break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the paper. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table.
Urgency in unison. States battle NLC over 30,000 naira wage payment default claim. Rivers crisis pro-police protests rock council secretariats. Senate committee seeks more facts from the AGF in probe of 30 trillion naira CBN loan to FG. Tunji Bello is Consumer Protection CEO. Cholera death toll rises to 53 in 107 councils. And court clears ex-Lagos Speaker Ikuforiji of money laundering. All right, which story?
I will take the court clears ex-Lagos Speaker Ikuforiji of money laundering. He was arrested and charged by the EFCC in 2012. 2012. Let me say that again. Then on March 17th, the EFCC closed the case, calling the second prosecution witness. Then Justice Lima was transferred out of Lagos Division and the case suffered several setbacks. And then on May 23rd, the Defense Counsel, Dele Additional, opened the case for defense and called 3 witnesses. So anyway, he has been discharged of all the cases in 2024.
Wow.
From 2012
2024, that's a long time. Whoa.
Okay, so I wanted to talk to you about Tunji Bello. He's a consummate journalist, lawyer, and administrator. Mr. Olatunji Bello will take charge of the Consumer Protection Commission following his appointment yesterday by Mr. President. As a journalist, Mr. Tunji Bello had become editor of the Sunday Concord and National Concord at various times. He was also chairman editorial board of This Day. As an administrator, he was the secretary to the state government SSG in Lagos State between 2015 and 2019. Prior to that, he was commissioner for environment and water resources. So he was just the last commissioner for water resources in the state, and is now going to be in charge of the consumer. If you remember, there was Mr. I think it's Tunde Irukera that had that position until sometime this year. So congratulations to him, and I'm wishing him all the best.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have the cholera story. According to the Nation, they have lost 53 lives. Nigeria has lost 53 lives to cholera, according to the DG, Nigerian Center for Disease and Control and Prevention, Jide Idris. And these are out of the 1,528 suspected cases across 107 local government areas in 31 states. So only 31 states have the incidences of cholera cases. 16 out of these are the heaviest. Lagos has 29 deaths, leading other states. And we have Bayelsa 2 deaths, Abia 4, Zamfara no death, Rivers 8, Katsina 3, Delta 4, Nasarawa 1, and Kano 1 across the country. According to the DG, this represents 33.5% of the case of death cases that we have, and they are doing everything possible to curb it. I guess we'll be taking more on that today.
Yeah. So some states yesterday clashed with the NLC, that's the Nigerian Labour Congress, over an allegation of default in the payment of 30,000 naira minimum wage. Now, the Labour listed the states. It says Abia, Bayelsa, Delta, Enugu, Nasarawa, Adamawa, Niger, Borno, Sokoto, Anambra, Imo, Benue, Taraba. Zamfara State said they are not paying the expired minimum wage. And we know that that was signed into law 5 years ago. Now, the Assistant General Secretary of the NLC, Chris Onyeka, said that many state governors flouted the Minimum Wage Act because they do not believe in the sanctity of law. And he said that a state governor who does not believe in the sanctity of law will have a high proclivity to disobeying. And if you examine them and check how some of them got into power, you see that some of them also broke the laws, according to him. And he said, how do we not expect them to obey the national minimum wage? So he says that many governors also were unwilling to pay civil servants their salaries because they see the resources as theirs and they are not willing to share with the workers who are actually the ones creating the wealth. They said some believe that they can do anything without any form of consequences. But then some states are replying and saying that he has to check his facts. Enugu said, that's according to the Enugu state government, it says that they have been paying the minimum wage. In fact, that when Governor Mba came into office, he had to check through the wages of the primary school teachers and local government workers, and he quickly set that in motion so that they are paying at least from 2024. Benue State said also that they have to check their facts right, that they have been paying from levels 1 to 6, and they've not had any issues with the minimum wage. Taraba, they were not sure whether they are paying or not. They're still expecting them to get back to them. And I think it's unfair if even 30,000 naira states were struggling to pay for it.
Okay, let's move on to Vanguard. There's no punch today. NCDC declares cholera emergency, sets up measures. Rivers Crisis XLG chairpersons flout police order and stage protest. Minimum wage, approved 250,000 naira demand to match inflationary trend, Labour tells Tinubu. Boko Haram abducts High Court judge, wife and 2 others. Davido Chiyoma's thrilling love story as they tie the knot today. My government won't slow down until insecurity is eliminated, Tinubu vows. And Shetima to Sokoto government. Guard Sultan jealously, he's an institution. Oh. Any story in Vanguard?
I have the judge's story. So, a High Court judge in Maiduguri, working with the Borno State judiciary, was abducted by suspected Boko Haram members in a convoy, in his car. Not a convoy. Was the judge, his driver, his police orderly, and his wife, and they had they were attacked on the Buratai Bunigari road around the curve by a group of armed men. When they tried to maneuver, they fell into another group of armed men who were able to abduct them and went with them into the forest. This is about 120 kilometers road that has a death trap has been a death trap for many people, and sadly, this judge has been kidnapped. We don't know what might be related, but because of the nature of a judge's work, they are expected some form of protection. I hope that this is not because of any of the cases before him that this has happened, and I hope that government can do something immediately to help him, because now is in captivity with Boko Haram, and this will further demotivate judges from carrying on their duties.
All right, let me go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
Make
We'll be
welcome
right back.
the Grand Comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the questions.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good talking.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw ether material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Ikechi Okonkwo, aka Cross. Now your intro without one.
Wow.
So there's a name that thing that's.
I'm just drinking.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Vanguard.
So still on minimum wage issue. I'm really interested in this. Organized labor is pleading with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to prove his love for Nigerian workers and approve their demand of 250,000 naira minimum wage to reflect the present inflationary trend in the country. And they said that the new tripartite committee of the new national minimum wage and President General of the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, Prince Adewale Adeyanju, was accusing the state governors of stalling efforts at achieving a reasonable wage for public workers. He says if you're an employer of labor and you do not have the love of your workers in your heart, how do you call yourself an employer of labor? That they've had problems with the OPS and the state governors, and they believe that they can afford to pay the minimum wage that they are talking about. He says they've been at the negotiating table where they are dragging from 30,000 to 48,000 to 60,000, and they are pricing it as if it's tomatoes and pepper that they are talking about. Even before they arrived at 62,000, it was just back and forth. And he says everybody understands the economic situation in the country. The workers are not happy about it, and they are expecting that this now is lined with the president to give a go-ahead for the 250,000. He said they cannot say they do not have the money to pay, that the president has said that they will pay only what the economy can afford, and they know that the economy can afford it, especially if the governors use their security votes to pay the minimum wage. He says, what are they doing with their security votes? Most people are still not even secured in the states, that they should be able to pay that 250. So they are waiting for the president to say something about this minimum wage.
Okay,
So
I
took the story of Chioma and Davido. I will quote Vanguard. It says, today will definitely open a new chapter in the love story of pop star David Adeleke, popularly known as Davido, and his partner Chioma Rowland, as they walk down the aisle in a blaze of glory.
Gang, gang, gang.
So they are getting married today. He confirmed this on Instagram, I think, and then the venue they don't know, but they are all suspecting is either Harbour Point or Eco Hotel in Victoria Island. They said, notwithstanding the venue of the high-profile wedding, fans of the unavailable Kuna. That means he's unavailable
anymore.
And for those that want to know, they started this love story back in 2013.
Yes.
Oh, and she got pregnant and the whole what? She's been through a whole lot.
She's been through a lot.
She's had three or four baby mamas from different people. Through it all, she made her decision to stay with him.
Yeah, it's reminding me of Two-Face, Idibia, and
yes, and she lost her child, which was a very devastating experience. You know, that can break any couple. And even married couples.
Yes,
when nothing happens, you break it off for whatever reason. She still made a decision to stay with this person, and then and
I think she really loves him.
And I think they said he went on his Instagram page ahead of the wedding and he tagged it Chivido. Hashtag Chivido 2024.
We're rooting for them. We're rooting for them. We're happy for them.
He gave her a surprise wedding shower, bridal shower. He told her she was going to eat. When she got to the venue, she says, I don't know where. I'm hungry. Next thing, she just saw balloons and she just started screaming. And
we saw that on social media.
It's an imperfect love story, which just reminds us that nothing has to be perfect all the time.
Can we talk about the role of the
Adelekes
after the loss of the baby?
Imperfect because of how it started.
How?
So
who gave us the template?
Can make it a hot topic
go that way.
because she got pregnant in school without graduation. So that's the imperfect.
No,
there are a lot of things wrong in that relationship by everybody's standards.
Yes, everybody has different.
But the role of, for me, what stands out for me is the role of the David's dad when they lost their child, and the way he silently handled things till they had their twins. And you see the father, playing that fatherly role because, David maybe...
It's not a hot topic. We can make it a hot topic later if you're interested. But let us take this story. I'm really interested in this. Our vice president was in Sokoto where he said, I think I lost that story. 1 second. Yeah, he was in Sokoto and he was speaking, advised the Sokoto state government to protect the Sultan of Sokoto, His Eminence Alhaji Muhammad Said Abubakar III, because it is needed for the growth of the country. The Sultan is the Sultan of Sokoto, but he's so much more than that. He represents an idea, an institution that all of us in this country need to jealously guard, protect, promote, preserve, and project for the growth of our nation. This is coming on the back of the fact that Professor Ishaq Akitola, that's the executive director of the Muslim Rights Council, had allegedly talked about a plot to depose the Sultan. Now they're just deposing emirs here and there, deposing Obas and kings. So he said you better guard the Sultan of Sokoto very jealously. The chief press secretary of the governor was not immediately available for comments, but they said that there were issues where the Sokoto state governor, Ahmed Aliyu, had deposed 15 traditional rulers of various offenses. So we cannot be deposing our kings and traditional rulers anyhow.
Make this wahala when Ganduje first deposed Sanusi.
Yes,
I don't mind them.
The spiral.
Because they're doing as if that one didn't happen.
Yes.
But that one happened.
But he was not in power. Shetima was not in power.
There was a deafening silence from the north. Everybody do
At that time.
Nobody talk except for her.
Were they in power?
Everybody.
The man that is talking now was not in power.
Shetima
He's not
was
the
the
one that
senator.
has the power.
Yeah, but he was not.
was a sitting
he was the vice
He had been
president.
governor.
They do
He
shovel
was high up.
at the time.
Does he have to be a vice president to talk?
I like the loud now, Sha.
All of them, they shout.
They protect. Like they shout or no shout. They must protect the institution
I'm
of the
just
traditional
saying
rulers.
that I wish they had all talked at the time Ganduje
Because that was
They
not
just
set the
woke up, right?
precedent.
They just woke up.
That was
they
the
were
precedent.
sleeping.
They just woke up.
Okay.
Another story. Can we
Sleeping
move on?
tablets.
We can move on.
we've
We're done with
moved to
the
the next
Vanguard
paper.
now.
Tribune.
His new telegraph, please.
We have
trouble. Please bring it up.
I should move to Telegram.
Please.
Let's
not run out of time.
We'll do you another day. Epidemiological evidence. NCDC declares public health emergency on cholera. State creation Ohaneze favors Anyoma over Orlu in the states for Southeast. Benue loses another ex-milliard as AVM Bayo Lawal dies at 83. 13 trillion naira ways and means. Senate taddles AGF on vital information and says probe in progress. Court gives Chinese firm to go ahead to seize Nigeria's properties in the UK. Emirates crisis police give reinstated Emir Sanusi's protection. And Rivers crisis XLG chairpersons defy police and stage protests. Which story?
The Chinese story.
Okay.
So you see that our P&ID case that we won.
The kind of story
That 20 million pound case.
Something, yeah.
They have attached judgment to it. This Chinese company called Zhonggan Funje in the Industrial Investment Company. So they have
Let me help you.
Chinese.
Continue.
So I'm holding the paper right now.
Okay.
So they had a 70 million pound dollar investment treaty with us as a country, and Nigeria, Ogun State particularly, was the state in question. They had a free trade zone agreement that they wanted to build in 2013, and that state now moved away. Ogun State now pulled out of that venture, allegedly terminating their participation after 3 years. Now, these people now went to the UN Commission, I think the arbitration court, I'm trying to get his name fully, United Nations Commission on International Trade Law. And they went there, they got judgments awarded against us. Wow. And we had no property outside the country for that enforcement immediately. The moment we got our P&ID, they attached judgment.
So that one.
I'm telling you, the one way pay me pass. In 2021, they got an enforcement order, an ex parte one, a temporary one. Nigeria did not go and enter reply within the 74-day deadline.
That they gave to us.
We didn't do nothing.
Oh, wow.
July 2023, the Court of Appeal in London stopped Nigeria from bringing our late enforcement order against that order, stressing that, provisions, the Cochrane's provisional determination that state immunity did not apply has become final. And now we are dragging to counter that judgment. Sadly, these people are looking at 2 of our properties that we have already commercialized in the UK.
Yes.
That's the one that is paining me. Nigerian sovereign property owned outside the country were already commercialized. They were already used for business purposes. So all the impediment that they would have had, we have negated it. They are looking at entering those 2 properties and getting that judgment. We still have a total of $70 million outstanding. So it's just 20 million pounds. I cannot do the maths now and see whether that covers the entire money. But it is paining me. Just reading, I've read it 3 times.
So where were our representatives at the time this was happening, that they were supposed to respond?
Administration since 2021. Was it not President Buhari and Malami that was AG at the time? I want to know exactly waiting happen, because they're calling some big law firms in the UK, and 2 Nigerian names are showing there.
We have to wrap up.
We have to wrap up. But I wanted to talk about the ShopRite in Abuja. It's closing down.
What happened?
Due to harsh economic. So they have given out a...
Let them all go, YK. They've all taken advantage of our corruption.
No, it's not owned by Nigerians. Sorry. It's owned by Nigerians. It's not owned by... South Africa have left 2 years ago. Meanwhile, the universities, another topic, are groaning under the harsh NEPA bill. They are getting, in a year, I'm saying in a month, 336 million.
Who? As NEPA bill.
As NEPA bill. Ahmadu Bello University. They named several universities, Ilorin, all of them. So they say that is amounting to 4.4 billion in a year. I say, we plenty. We go follow up under this NEPA. We plenty.
My son and myself were alternative power something. There was candle there. My son said solar. I said no.
It's candle.
He said it's candle light. I said you don't know.
We go buy up.
They will call no now.
We go buy lantern. Yes,
I was
lantern.
telling him that we read the candle.
Lantern.
Candle.
We
Mommy,
go buy
that's
up.
what you used to fragrance room. I said no fragrance.
That time, lantern they cause fire. Go when you sleep, forget.
You go forget me.
Knock your head.
I nearly burnt my house now.
We can take on these people. Hello.
Hey God.
Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tó.
Ọ̀rọ̀ burúkú tó ṣe, I'm telling you, terrible.
That's our problem.
Suffering and smiling. Suffering and
We
smiling.
can't cry every day.
Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll go on to our sponsored segment by Mobile Health International. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Can't cry every day.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder what men talk about when they gather. Well, here goes. Imagine what it takes to put together the perfect cocktail. Or maybe mocktail. We need a bit of sports, a sprinkling of current affairs, some very deep topical issues, and last but not the least, a healthy dose of grumbling of those we love to hate. And yes, you guessed it, women. So, if you catch the drift, then you're onto something. We will provide you with the right insights into most of your curiosities, right here within this beautiful cocktail we call the Black Table. So, have you ever...
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty, erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the view, it's still 7 of 7, and we've been doing a whole lot of protesting. The only thing that remains is just to carry placard.
It's about 5 of 7, to be honest, because ask your question. I have so much to speak about once we finish.
We will not give you the time because it's 7 of 7.
I will make the time now. He said he will not ask questions about science.
No.
Neuroplasticity.
And based on...
He asked a question that was subjective about high life. And he did not finalize his answer about a Kuti question where there are only 3 of us.
Editor, scratch this part out.
That could have possibly composed the music.
Editor, scratch this part out.
Stupidity is an act of ignorance.
Hey God, my day.
Was composed by which Kuti?
Femi Kuti.
Is that your final answer?
God, I'm Shion Kuti. No, wait. Femi Kuti.
You said
Femi Kuti. Wait.
You can't be allowed.
No, you've not asked me anything.
Everyone.
You've not asked me anything. So my final answer.
No. All I have to say is this show is really about drinking.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
The questions don't matter.
That's the whole
Justice
idea.
is out the window.
We throw caution to
we
the
have
wind
no
right
morals here.
On the 7 of 7.
So, have you ever wondered what happens behind the curtains of a man's mind? Or perhaps you're one of those who wonder,
Joining us on the show right now is a Nigerian-British medical director with extensive experience in the healthcare sector and the CEO of Mobi Health International, Dr. Fumi Adewara. She will be telling us more about the Mobi Health International. Welcome to the show, Doctor. So tell us a bit about Mobi Health International and exactly what inspired the starting. Why did you think it was necessary to have this kind of service?
So thank you very much for having me here. Good morning, viewers. So Mobi Health is a multi-award-winning integrated telemedicine company, and it started in November 2017 with the intention of bridging the gap in the healthcare space. As you probably know, users in Nigeria and Africa have difficulties accessing quality care. As a matter of fact, more than 95% of people in Africa lack access to basic healthcare. And it's worse for those who live in rural, hard-to-reach areas who don't have access to traditional healthcare facilities. They live very far away. So our solution is an application that allows users in Nigeria and Africa to connect with doctors seamlessly on their mobile device, their computers, and walk-in clinics. The walk-in clinics come with solar power. They come with internet connection, and they have these artificial intelligence devices that allows doctors to take their real-time vital signs and provide quality care to them. So this is the innovation that we have been driving for the past 5 years, but we launched commercially January 2020, and we've been able to impact lives across Nigeria.
So I'd like you to break it down for the benefits of people watching. Telemedicine, what's it about in very clear terms? How do you access it? What is it? What do you need to be able to get?
So telemedicine simply means using modern day technology to provide clinical care from a distance. You know, when you're ill, you want to go to the hospital to see a doctor. It then takes the history, diagnose you, prescribe, and then you have your test done. But now with technology, you can access doctors more conveniently, seamlessly from your home. You're already doing mobile banking, you're doing flight booking. So similarly, you just go on your application,
on your phone,
laptop. Or your laptop or iPad. And for those in rural areas who don't have access to these devices, they can simply walk into a telemedicine clinic. And somebody there will connect them on the screen to a doctor remotely. Wow. And the doctor can be anywhere in Nigeria. The patient may be in Kogi State, and the doctor may be in Lagos. And you'll be able to access the care. 65% to 70% of cases can be solved remotely, online.
So how do you get the vitals done?
So we have these devices that have digital stethoscope, pulse oximeter, and point-of-care ultrasound. So I can actually scan a pregnant woman in the village, and the doctor can see them from anywhere in the world, an iPad and a probe. So technology is really changing the way we can access healthcare. And it's just unimaginable that every 2 minutes, as we're sitting here now, a child dies needlessly from complications of malaria, and that things that can be resolved through telemedicine, which is instant, is as easy as me just entering anywhere and going with an iPad or phone, and the patient is able to connect with a doctor instantly.
Amazing. Recently, your partnership with Afrexim Bank, that's Mobi Health, and Afrexim Bank partnership. What exactly is the objective of your collaboration with them?
So we've been very fortunate to be supported by reputable institutions like the Gates Foundation, the World Bank, Africa Development Bank, Africa Investment Forum. The latest one is the Africa Exim Bank, and we just closed a funding round with them. And the intention is, it's a project preparation facility, but they're also providing funding for us for the entire duration of our project. And that is to facilitate access to quality healthcare. Similarly, just to consolidate our presence in the Nigerian market, we want to roll out many telemedicine clinics so that within every mile that you walk in Nigeria, whether or not you have smartphone or device, you can access this care. So it's about our Pan-African expansion plan.
Can you talk to us about the participation of Mobile Health and GTX 2024 in Morocco?
Yeah, so we were one of the startups that were selected to participate and showcase our innovation at the largest, that's GITEX, in GITEX Africa 2024 at Morocco. Yeah, in Morocco. And it was to showcase our innovation. And GITEX is the largest technology and startup exhibition. And so it was a tremendous opportunity for us to do that. And we were able to meet with different stakeholders along the value chain. So we met with fellow tech entrepreneurs. So there's kind of ecosystem partnership. So for us, it's an integrated model. It's not just that you can see a doctor on our platform, but you can also get your prescription. So access to genuine medication. We do delivery of the medication to you at your convenient place. If you need a test, after the doctor has seen you online, we have partnership with laboratories. So we send a request and the lab then sends a confirmation to you. You don't need to go and wait before you get your test done. Once the result is ready, it's on your electronic medical record. So you have your medical record on the palm of your hand. And if there's any need for you to go to the hospital for further care, then we can refer you to the hospital. But it's only about 30% of cases that you would need to go to the hospital. So 70% of the time you don't need to, and you have these devices that can easily give you access to care. So that GITEX was an opportunity to showcase this, but also to meet with other collaborators. So in terms of market access, we're partnering with fintech companies, we're partnering with technology companies, telcos, we're partnering with diagnostic companies, and the rest of them. Yeah, so it was a very good opportunity indeed.
Can you share some of the success stories? Because in Nigeria, they say Ojuloroba, people like to have the doctors come.
Yes.
It's one thing for you to talk to one of them.
Yes.
I have a friend recently she had appendicitis, and she had some kind of surgery done, but the doctor kept saying, talking to her remotely, because he actually had left the country, but after the surgeon had done, she needed a proper doctor to just check her. He was out of the country, was on Hajj. She kept calling and kept saying, okay, I'm speaking to the nurses, but she wasn't satisfied. She needed somebody to come and examine her. So in Africa, until we see the doctor, we don't feel we're being checked. So what kind of success have you?
So we have quite a lot of success stories. Telemedicine can be applicable across the whole value chain of the healthcare system, from primary, secondary, or tertiary care. We have quite a number of success stories. So in November 2020, we got a grant from Gates Foundation to demonstrate that telemedicine can actually be useful for those in rural, hard-to-reach areas.
And it's working.
And it's working. So we have success stories like in Ekpe, for instance. It's a primary health center. They have a limited number of doctors. So when we started, just like you said, most people always say, oh, I want to make sure that the doctor can feel me. How will he know what is wrong with me if he can't feel me? So when we went there, they were like, oh, Telemundo. Their name is Telemundo. We don't think it's going to work. But they were very surprised, and pleasantly so. According to the testimonial we have, it reduced the traffic, the congestion in the PHCs. And some of those patients, interestingly, even the uneducated ones, will come into the clinic. They will prefer to see the online doctor. And there's a synergy between what the online doctor is doing and the rest of the team, whether it's the nurses, the pharmacists on ground. And they said that it transformed Ekpe telemedicine, Ekpe PHC to a...
This Ekpe here?
Yes. So we have a very live, and we've deployed more than 20 telemedicine clinics across Nigeria. So we are in Kogi State, in Isonlu, in Kogi State. In that place, they didn't have any doctor. We went there. It was a community health center, beautifully built by Pizza Cousin, but there was no doctor there. So they just shut it down. And the former Minister for Health, Professor Lambo, said, Fumi, can you please come and just change this place for me, put telemedicine clinic. And we put telemedicine clinic. And then they started to see, we saw patients who have blood pressure of 200 and didn't know that they were.
I was going to ask, when you talked about the funding, what was it providing for the people? Because most of the people might not even have,
the gadgets
to go.
Yeah.
That's exactly where I was going, because most of these people in the rural areas don't have gadgets, and even if they have, there's no network.
Yes. So we build, that's what we've done very well, and that's what really sets us apart from others. We're very intentional in our approach. So the telemedicine clinics are particularly designed for those who don't have access to digital tools, who don't have the digital skill. So putting them there, we're creating employment because we're employing the youth who have digital skills in those communities. They man the telemedicine. You know the days of computer center. So it's similar to computer center. So you just go in. In this case, you're not even the one operating it. You meet somebody there and mama comes in and says, I have chest pain or I'm not feeling well. And then the person registers mama on the computer and connects her instantly to a doctor. The doctor comes on the screen, mama, and they're able to communicate with the patient in local languages. So we have doctors who speak different languages, and then they communicate with her, then do the diagnosis, prescribe. In the telemedicine clinic, we make sure that they're designed in a way that they have solar power. So it addresses the infrastructure problem. They have internet connection. And then they have the point of care diagnostics where doctor can listen to your heart remotely. They can do a scan, and they can check your pulse and all the rest and do your blood pressure, as well as medicines within those centers. So they don't have to go anywhere else. So essential medicines are there. Rapid test kits. I can check if you have malaria, UTI on site. And this is transforming lives. So we have more than 20 telemedicine clinics across Nigeria. Back to your question about how our Flexing funding is going to impact. So we want to roll out hundreds of telemedicine clinics using existing infrastructure. So right now we partner with banks, so Union Bank, Wema Bank, and the rest of them. We partner with health insurance companies. Health insurance companies have a lot to benefit from telemedicine, because for each of the time that an enrollee goes to the hospital, they spend nothing less than 5,000 naira per consultation, sometimes up to 25,000, depending on the cadre of the hospital. With telemedicine, we are so affordable. It's 5,000 naira for a family of 6 a year to access care. That's about 90% cost savings for you. And then it also saves you indirect cost of travel, the inconvenience, the waiting time. So it's
about the medication.
Yeah. So if you're a health insurer, if you're an insurance company or you're an enrollee, that means that if we partner with the health insurance company, it just feeds into the existing workflow. So once the doctor has seen you, they will send the prescription to the network of their pharmacy. Yes.
And we know how that works. Sometimes you have an ailment that the HMO cannot cover. What then happens?
Okay, so if that is the case, our platform allows you to buy the medicine we have a network of pharmacies, and the cost is significantly less than what you pay on the retail pharmacy, so about 30% less. We have partnership with Drugstock. We're partnering with Pharmacy, a similar health tech company. So technology can really make unsustainable healthcare models sustainable.
We're wrapping up very soon, but I need to find out that does your service also connect Nigerians to medical practitioners outside the country?
That's right. So I think that's one of our very unique propositions. You know, currently Nigeria has less than 10% of the doctors that we need for a population of over 200 million people. WHO says we need 1 to 600 per population, 1 doctor to 600 people. We currently have 1 to 10,000. I left the country nearly 20 years ago, about 18 years ago. There are different reasons why people leave, and I'm sure you're all very well aware of the push and the pull factors. But telemedicine, we're using our platform to bring back those diasporas. Over 50,000 Nigerian doctors are scattered all over the world. And so through our platform, they are giving back to the continent. It's not free. So we have the one I told you about, 5,000 naira plan is a basic plan. We also have the premium, and that is targeting Nigerians and Africans in the diaspora who have families back home, and they pay for subscription for them. They often want a second opinion from a doctor in the UK, in the US. So through our platform, they can access this service.
Connect them to them.
Yeah, so we have thousands of diaspora doctors on our platform.
I hate hospitals. You're recommending I do
telemedicine. Absolutely. Right. So that white coat hypertension is not there anymore. Yeah. And importantly, you know, people wait until they're very ill before they go to the hospital. Yeah. Some of the times, these women in the marketplace, that's their survival. They don't want to leave their store because they don't want to lose the daily income. But when they know that there's a telemedicine clinic just around this corner here, they go in there. Or when you know you can see a doctor instantly on your phone, you're likely to seek care.
Wrap up now. Thank you so much. I think, I mean, it's really impressive to see the work you've done, and wishing you all the best. You only have 20, but we're hoping you can get more across the nation.
Absolutely.
It's important so that everybody have access to healthcare.
Thank you.
Well done, Dr.
Thank you.
Let's go on a short break now. We'll come back with our hot topic of today. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for enter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this, because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? I think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking, because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalk.
That's good talking.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
to 7 of 7 and tonight on the social experiments called the 7 of 7 is Owen G. What is the name, or what was the name? You see, I want to make them better now.
Rockheart.
No, of the goats when they brought it on stage.
The name of that goat.
Yeah.
We should go there.
No, that one easy now.
I'm just drinking this so that I can ask him my own questions. It's not because of
Buga.
He didn't get it. You know. You know. Okay. Mention 10 female stand-up comedians in Nigeria. See, just mention their stage name. If you annoy me, you will mention their real names and the year they started. And if you annoy me further, you mention the names of their husbands and the names of their children. Try me now. Okay, mention their name.
No, let's just.
No, wait. No, don't. No. Name, real name, stage name, husband name, children name. 10 of them.
Even the 10. That's a lot.
Eh?
That's a lot.
Did I cut your question for you?
Yes.
When you were happy now. Buga with your hunchback.
That was it.
Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. According to reports, our President Bola Tinubu has directed that all civil servants drawing salaries from the government after jackpotting should be made to refund the money. I don't know how they want to do this. The President also directed that the supervisors and department heads of the culprits must also be punished for aiding and abetting the fraud under their watch. Now, what are your thoughts on this? Because there are different angles to this story. There's the angle of obviously the fraudsters, and there's also the angle of people within the government aiding the illegal withdrawal of money from the government coffers, and also those who have jackpot. You think that once you jackpot somehow, your mind is supposed to be renewed.
It will.
And you are still collecting money from the country you jackpot from. What are your thoughts? This was specifically, I think it was on Wednesday. Folashade Yemi Esandas, the head of civil service of the Federation, said that the government is making efforts to tackle workers. She was speaking on Saturday, representing the president. She said that while she was away in South Africa, she monitored some of the activities, especially read the shocking revelation by the head of service about, okay, sorry, this is somebody else speaking. This was George Akume, yes, speaking on Saturday. Tinubu, who was represented by George Akume, secretary of the government of the Federation, directed that heads and supervisors of the departments of such workers must be sanctioned. So pretty much in a nutshell, he said that the culprits must be made to refund the money they have fraudulently collected. Their supervisors and department heads must also be punished. The civil service cannot just be a workplace where anything is possible, where workers violate rules. They must be brought to book. So this is the conversation, really. Civil servants who decided to leave the country are still, they did not resign properly. So in the system, they are still there. You know, that's what some of us know as ghost workers.
This one are fraud, not be ghost workers. So let's expand this list beyond those who jackpot and left their names in the record in the system as if they are present. Let's expand it to those who have collected our scholarships and use it to go to school and refuse to come back and refuse to talk about payback.
Yeah.
You know, what in Nigeria do for me mentality. You know, all I can take from the country, they never did anything for me. Let's expand it to those whose family members are late, whose names are still in the records, who are being paid. You know, let's expand it to these people whose family members or who are in the system, who have taken advantage of those who have been retrenched. So you have a retrenchment list from one government while it's being protested. They will replace some names while the salary goes to a fictitious account. And the person is in service who is collecting that money. Because when monies are paid through banks, it allows for tracing that easily curbs that fraud. But when it's boldly done by a known political person and nobody can say anything, the person continues to grow in the ranks in the business, in the company, while he is receiving more than 9 people's salary in that same federal establishment or state establishment. So let's expand it beyond these people.
So you're right. So the civil service obviously is like the bedrock of us. Like they need, if they are not compelled to do the right thing, then who is? They are the foundation of everything we're doing. There's a comment I'd like to read here before we move on. I'd like to come to you, YK. It says, over the decades, and this is still Akume speaking, over the decades, successive governments initiated various national development, which is what you're saying, various national development plans and programs that all relied on civil service to translate and uphold those into high-impact programs. But it can't happen if the civil service itself is defrauding the system. Because you don't have access. You have access to it. You know exactly what the plans are. You can manipulate it. You can manipulate it for your own interest. And we have to have a civil service that functions. If not, the society doesn't make any sense at all.
You see, what I want to even take it from this angle. If we have so many people that are being paid for not doing anything, you know, if we could cut it down, this
issue of minimum wage
would not arise. We would be able to pay it.
Yeah, true.
Because can you imagine paying $250 to someone who is in London earning pounds?
Hey!
He's not even working. So, and they really need to take it from here, not there. Because they are saying, okay, they're going to make them repatriate their funds. If they can, if they have the power, maybe Interpol. But the people here who are facilitated it, because there are people here who are facilitating it.
Yes, before now,
that's the only way they can get the
Equile that tell the one outside that the cat have traveled. They are the ones, there have to be insiders that open the door for the armed robber outside.
To come in.
See this case of 20 million pounds
let me give my point.
I quickly took. They say that property is now used for is no longer leased for our consular activities. It is leased to residential tenants. It's not within the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or one of these, whoever is in charge of our foreign business, that this is happening. Our Ministry of Justice cannot wash and clean of this matter. Neither can our Foreign Affairs Ministry wash and clean of these properties that we are talking about now. Chinese go collect them.
God forbid that. You don't link them to that one. Let's one issue from one issue to the other.
So, civil service.
This is just showing.
It's paining me. She's linking it because it's this corruption that we are talking about.
Yeah. So, if the system is not clean enough to know that people are not showing up for work, you will not start by blaming the people who are collecting the money, because if there was no payment, no, hold on, we are blaming everybody, but that's not the first point of call. You will not start with blaming the people the people collecting the money, because if there was no payments done, they will not collect the money. Now, how are the payments done when there's nobody represented to collect that payment? You have supervisors. I want to believe that there's a structure in the civil service. There are supervisors in the civil service. So if you don't clock in and clock out, and then at the end of the day, except they're telling me that they just, once you get the job, it's automated and there are no checks. There are no supervision that are carried out from time to time to check how many people are there, how many people are showing up for work, and then payments are just rolling out. Every month, they are just rolling out payment. That means they are they're not doing the work that they're supposed to do. So the cleanup is about cleaning the system and making the system effective. If the system is effective and you have supervisors who are checking their people, if there's a resignation that's going on, they are automating it in the system. These names are crossing out. They are doing the work they are hired to do in the first place. We will not have salaries going to people who are no longer there. So that system is what we need to first of all deal with.
You sure say they get clock?
I'm just saying.
Let me
borrow me that paper.
Let me try to answer that question.
Just borrow me all the papers, please. I want to demonstrate something. Okay, so this is supposed to sign this, and I'm the staff, I'm the system. I'll be appointed supervisor. Let's say you're appointed minister. And this is the one that I have put padded. I will now come. Madam, please sign it. Morayo, please carry on some drama around BC.
I will not read and sign.
Madam, sign.
I will read and sign.
Your next appointment is for 9:30. Please,
your
flight is about 2 p.m.
I am educated.
Until you know, not lie. You see the civil service.
You would have signed. Let me even help. Let me even. There's another angle. Remember that our president, when he was governor of Lagos State, introduced something called Oracle. to automate the salaries.
Yes.
So we cut out all the ghost workers.
Yeah.
So everything is it's just supposed to be automated.
Yes.
But machine cannot work without human beings imputing.
Exactly.
So there is a possibility that those of you who already, maybe you work in the head of service or whatever, you work in a certain department where you have resigned. You didn't do the paperwork to ensure, to let the system know that you're out of system.
How do you resign without doing the paperwork?
No, you do no, you resign.
Or you ran away.
No,
There's a difference.
There's some people that, do you know people that run every day? Even staff.
You resign. You resign, but
Listen.
me, that I'm supposed to accept your resignation, I have left it carefully there and transferred your payment somewhere else.
Meaning you
have already gone. You submitted the resignation letter.
Okay,
that's where the fraud is coming from.
Systemic corruption.
That's where the fraud is coming from. So you will not start from the people who are collecting the money. Then you're starting from those ones who are signing. They know that they have gone and they're signing.
Is there a way that I can be signing when I'm not on set?
I don't understand.
Because I'm traveling soon, so maybe I can be signing.
The reason why I want
to be collecting money. That's all I'm doing.
I wanted us
TVC.
I wanted us to see that Nigerians, we are our problem.
Yes, we are.
See, the one that jackpot and the one that is here, we are the same thing.
I agree with you.
Because the truth is that the ones that are here, there are people that they want to jackpot. You and I can be talking today right now. You've already planned to jackpot.
Yes,
I am your guy. You have no idea. You will tell me when you get to the airport that you're not coming again. You have not done your documentation. Okay. I have no clue.
Okay.
So how many people can I really monitor that is traveling?
You enter sack.
Hey, you suck. But the machines don't know that you've gone already.
That one is even Oga hand is clean. That one. The one that Oga arm might not be
involved.
Oga, I want to jackpot, but Oga, I'm going on summer vacation. You have 3 weeks, maybe your entire week is 21 days.
No,
21 days. Let's even take the 21 days. Yeah. You know that as you are going, you will not come back. You have not come back.
Yes.
When you go there, you will reach there. You do an extension of something.
Yes.
You come and do another extension of education.
So they think in the system. Yes, now.
You are in the system.
Yes.
Your Oga. Wait now.
You know how many people that you are
your Oga want to be called wicked person. I said, when you now have another godfather, Oga will now be looking at all your application coming late. You have extended your vacation of 21 days to educational
problem.
Clinical leave. You have extended it from educational leave to another medical leave. You are sending proof.
Yes.
You are collecting it from medical friends
yes.
and co. You are sending proof. That a guy is now in India.
And you be the same one abroad tweeting that Nigeria can never be good. Nigeria has finished. Nigeria has happened to us. We are the problem.
We are the problem. So
excuse me.
From here.
When we start saying we are the problem, that's where I always have a problem.
Yes,
let me tell you why I have a problem.
Yes. Because the leaders that taught us that one, Abi.
Yes. It is. Because is this not a case that I just read that they took him for since 2012? Who? Kuforiji. Since in 2024 they are delivering judgment. And when they now deliver the judgment, it was not guilty. What did the judge say? The judge said EFCC diligence. They didn't do any correct evidence, but EFCC will now stand up and start to they will do newspaper media trial. Meanwhile, they don't have the evidence. So what happens is you and I will now see, because it's what my mother does, I will copy you, or what my father does. That's what I will be. Yes. So me, when I see all this one, you that you are my father, government. You that you are my mother, government. You are see that you are doing. Me say when I reach there, I go do the same thing. That's why I say. Because the problem starts from up.
Okay.
I will never agree. Me and you will never, because it is what I have seen over the years.
Yes.
Wait, please. Wait.
Okay, I'm waiting.
I know a time in Nigeria. I grew up. I'm 63. When things worked. NEPA takes your light, you can go to NEPA office and say, excuse me. They will tell you, there's a fault. Yes. Or NEPA will tell you, something. You are taking light. No. Yes. Now, NEPA will take light, then they will give you a big bill.
Why?
And they will tell you, you are on bad day.
YK.
And you are still buying diesel.
Newsflash.
And you are still taking care of your generator.
YK, newsflash.
So all this is part of don't flash me. All this is part of my problem. When I say it starts from the top and it feeds to the bottom, we are now the epitome.
Okay. Can I disagree with you?
Me as a human being, I'm like a Nigerian.
YK.
Government.
Let me disagree with you respectfully.
Please do.
There is no Messiah coming from anywhere. Let me finish. There's no leader you're going to import from anywhere that will lead you and fix this country. There's nobody that will come here and fix it. It is what we brew from here that becomes there. If this man, that jackpot, and he's still collecting government salary, he becomes governor, he's going to do exactly the same thing. There's no leader coming from it. No, you keep saying them. There's no them. It is you and I that get there. It is the same rotten you and I that gets there. So there's no Messiah. So why can't stop thinking that some clown here is messing up our country. All of us, we brewed these Nigerians that we're seeing today. No. We groomed them. We brought them into the system. We have raised them. We have groomed them. The system has gotten rotten, and we have.
I disagree.
No. We're like this. It is fine, and I'm okay standing alone. Yes, the truth is. I'm almost done. When I went to speak last weekend at RCCG, a man spoke on nation building, and he said that Nigeria's problem is leadership. Leadership, fixed leadership, and then it now came down to all the fact. Let me let Nima jump in here. I'm going to get my notes now, and I'll tell you exactly the point I want to make.
A lot of us in that YK's generation sat and watched till we were forced to join. Because the failure to enforce what we had in our criminal books as crime forced people to say, is this how I will sit down and I will not make it?
Yeah.
A civil servant who stayed by the books would most likely retire and queue at the pension office.
Yes, to get
tirelessly. When junior workers see them falling down in the rain for what they call attestation and affirmation, or what they call all those things, verification exercise, he will sort himself.
Yeah.
The system failed to work.
Yes. Let me. When Murtala came into government, Murtala sacked all the civil servants, even the better ones.
Oh, joy.
Without retirement, he left them penniless and homeless. Now, tell me, the civil servants coming from under, what would they see?
They became Jaguda.
Yes. So that is where you see it is failure of government.
To reward hard work. We failed to reward hard work campaign.
I want you all to speak about the Messiah.
Let me add something.
I'm a huge not fan of ex-President Buhari. Everybody knows I've never hidden it. But let me tell you, when Buhari was president in 84, when he was head of state in 84, when he said, when they said Q, everybody fell in line. Everybody fell in line. So you can do it.
Yes, you can.
Anybody can do it. If you make, come on.
So there's an adage in my place.
All of us, now so with the Q like soldier.
There's an adage in my place. Do you know what that means? It's not the child that tells the father that this is our former house. Because the child will not remember. Yes. It's the father that says this was our former house.
Oh.
Right? What that means is, you know how we all see things from a different perspective, and how sometimes the society helps us imbibe and impute in our subconscious what becomes the collective subconscious that is ruling everybody. Right now, there's one collective subconscious that everybody is going with, which is everybody sort yourself. And how did that become the norm? Because we saw it, we lived it, we experienced it. We saw people who did the other and they made a different way, and everybody in their head chooses, I don't want to be this, I don't want to be that. So if you're saying it's starting from all of us, how do we change it? When the people who have the authority, we can only sit here and talk.
We can
only sit here and talk. But there are people who have power in their hand to make that change. How will they change it if we all take the blame and say it's Nima's fault, it's you's fault, and we do not have the power?
So can I speak? I've allowed all of you to speak.
The power lies with people who can make the change, stand by it, and from hoping that one generation to the next generation, everybody will fall in line.
So the point I'm trying to make is that that person you're looking for that's going to fix does not exist and would never exist.
That means you can
I didn't stop you. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
That person that is coming, that's going to fix our country, does not exist and will never exist. Because as I speak to you right now, the best of our bests, they brought them from all over the world, schooled in kindergarten, Harvard, kindergarten, they are all there, ministers, and they're not fixing Nigeria. Because none of them understands the real love that Nigeria needs. What you and I need is not a leader that's coming from anywhere. What you and I need is to go back home to become civic, aware of our civic responsibilities. And it's not about you voting. So what I said was, with the person that spoke, what we are saying right now, we need strong leadership. What the man said was that we need strong leadership, to help us build strong institutions, to help education, and then economic opportunities, social well-being, and then civic engagement. I said I'm going to turn that upside down. Civic engagement means that you and I will stop all this nonsense we are doing. And go, but let me finish, I'm almost done. We'll go back to the basics. You plant your tomatoes, you go back to the farm, we now begin to love each other, love what we have. Everybody go back to your mineral resources in your communities, go back to your villages, go and raise your own cattle. You sell cattle to me, I sell tomatoes to you. Let us all go back and tear up all these foreign things that we're doing. When we begin to do that, we begin to love each other, understand and build our own economy from inside out. It is when we begin to build, and then we build on education, because it's the education we need to expand and scale that which we have started on a small scale. When we build education, we birth a leader. A leader that truly loves this nation, and bring him. He now becomes the Messiah we're looking for. As of today, that Messiah does not exist. Okay. You will not find him anywhere.
How do I go back first? Wait.
How do we go back to the basics? And we love the nation. We don't love Nigeria. Nobody loves this nation. Okay, today, no Nigeria. Listen, I'll let you go on. No Nigerian loves this nation. All of us are looking for opportunity to leave the country. Yes, I disagree. Many Nigerians are looking for opportunity to leave this country.
I have opportunities to go. To speak for yourself.
Yes.
I have opportunities to go. I have never considered.
You're not staying because you love Nigeria.
No,
the opportunities are there. You're staying because you love the opportunity is there for you to stay.
I don't understand. What? I don't get it. You think I'm not getting better opportunities when I go there with my skills? Is that what you're saying? With my skill sets, I can get into any industry when I go there. But that's not the focus for me. I love my country. I had a conversation a few months ago when I was saying, what schools will my children go to? And I made a decision. They will school here. I schooled here.
I've said that years ago. I've been saying that from day one. I have never in my life.
No, so the point I'm trying to make is, if I decide, me, YK, Nima, and you, pack our things and go to the village, right? To go and start again, to start farming, to remove this hair and start carrying my Tico hair and then pull my shoes and wear only Ankara, blah, 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 blah. While I am doing that, what is happening to the resources of the country? They are spending millions of naira doing other things, flying around the place, eating foreign food. The resources that belongs to all of us. Me, I'm in the village trying to be patriotic. It doesn't work that way. The leader must start first. Show the example, and every other best person begins to fall in line gradually. It's not something that will happen automatically.
And the point I'm making to this is that person that's going to give an example does not exist.
No, he must exist.
He doesn't exist. He exists. He's not from anywhere.
I get this point.
Unless you want to bring Obama from somewhere, but he doesn't exist.
I get this point that you have made. So how does it translate to the collective when we all individually go back to change? You know what will not make it translate?
Yes.
The fear of missing out. Everybody, I remember my dad. My father's uncle was head of the fire service when he kept on being demoted for active work because of fear of you surpassing him. He had to find a way to pull out of that system to a different multinational to build his family. Every Nigerian wants a good life.
Yes,
the freedom to pursue their own happiness freely. And that's what the collective must ensure. It's possible for every Nigerian. Until I don't need to know nobody to get somewhere.
That's what I want.
It's impossible. When you have somebody in power, the person becomes all powerful. He can do and undo. Such executive powers we give to them, distinguished powers we give to them, it's all encompassing for them. You give them even immunity. And then you say to the poor man who is waiting, who is afraid that when will I get there, who struggle of it.
You've not answered my question.
I'm about to answer your question. Let me
the fear of missing out cannot let it translate.
No, I'm not saying a selected few go back. I'm saying as a nation, we all collectively.
How do we all
No, I'm just saying. That's my own suggestion. Everybody's entitled to their opinion, and everybody's opinion is different. You don't have to take it. You have to accept it. My opinion is that it has to be a collective agenda. The nation must say, you know what, the same way other countries say, I'm shutting down everybody. Everybody go home. We must shut down and say, we're going back to the basics. That's my own opinion.
Excuse me. Who will shut down the nation? That's the first question I will ask you. Is it me and you, MD of TVC, are you the one going to shut down the nation?
I don't understand.
You can give me even if I decide,
we are sharing perspectives.
No, I decide, I want to go back to the village to farm. Number one, I don't have land in the village to go and farm. So, I don't have money to buy the land. So where will I start from?
We will give you loan.
The only place I can find is inside my house. Wait, I haven't finished. Now, yesterday, the governors, they had a meeting.
Southern governors.
The southern governors.
19 of them.
Southwestern. I mean, southern governors.
Southern. This was all southern governors. They had a meeting, and in that meeting, they said they were going back to farming. They said we have the clinical hectares of land in Nigeria, land in Nigeria, and
arable land.
Arable, to now go back to farming. Those words are a step in the right direction. The words is the action that we are waiting for. Because if they do, take those words and put it into action, we have started. That is leadership. That is leadership. That is not me going to go and farm in the land that I do not have.
Alone.
I don't even know how to farm. That's number one.
You see this tighten your belt thing.
Let me take this call. Nima, wait a minute. Let me take this call. Hold it for you. Good morning. Are you there? Hello? I think I lost the caller. Hello?
Hello, good morning.
You're live. Go ahead, please. Volume, please.
Agbola Adewale from Shomolu.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Yes. Sir, I want to contribute. I'm a first-time caller.
Welcome to the show.
Volume, please.
Now, the system the ministers are using, when they tender letter of resignation, that letter will not be dated. So it's a conspiracy among them. So then they will be sharing the salary. But after they suspect that there is likely to be problem, then they will now take the letter of resignation and submit officially. That's the system they are using. We have our friends, our family, and everybody that will know this is how they are perpetrating the fraud. Yeah. Then that's my submission on that. Then your producer is not effective at all. If you put on something online for too long, it's bad. So thank you. Good morning.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, Mr. Agbola. Sorry about that.
I wanted to
yes, Nima.
Team belt example. Because we all need to do some form of sacrifice, compromise at one point.
Yeah.
So we have said as a nation tight team belt, let's start with President Buhari, who came in and blocked dollar for certain excesses Nigerians had abroad, of foreign taste, education, everything. While all Nigerians started to tight team belt and force their kids to private universities in Nigeria, we saw their children graduating in the UK. While I don't staff, they tighten the belt. The fear of me, because you've seen that they're not doing the example, it has to come from home. While you're here saying, okay, President has said that we will not get foreign currency to go to abroad hospital. President constantly treated ear infection abroad. How is it not going to come from up down? Every time they will say it's for security reason. Now me, when they fear my village people won't go Nigerian hospital.
They kill me.
No, now.
You are speaking from you are speaking from a place of despondency. As a Nigerian, all of us. We are in that state, and I can understand. We are in that state, and I get that.
We have too many examples of enough to convince a Nigerian not to trust a person in office.
Yes.
To make the sacrifice.
Totally agree with you.
So we all know.
Totally agree with you.
You know that this side you are on, I've been on that side for a while. There's a reason I'm on this side today. I've not shifted my Nigerian patriotism. No. I'm saying that the leaders must not just do justice, they must be seen to do it. While we were sitting here, Vice President Oshibajo that we trusted the most, he graduated to Shire. They showed video. They did not even have sense not to show us videos. They showed us videos. Wike showed us pictures. They all did. And the average Nigerian is the one who should start the sacrifice from their corners.
Why is it? Can I give you an example?
You can't translate to the collective.
Let me give an example.
Doesn't work that way.
NDLA is an example. Umamarwa is one of the best leaders NDLA has ever had. He's working hard and has an amazing team. Do we still have a drug problem in Nigeria? Yes, we do. Does he need the families and every other Nigerian to get with the picture and get with the program? Yes, he does, but are they doing it? No, they are not. So he is the great leader we need in NDLA, but guess what? There's still a huge drug problem in this country. So it's not just about fixing your leader. If you don't get the foundation, listen to me, YK. If you don't get the foundation right, if every parent in this house doesn't raise their child right, if every parent doesn't ensure that they are cleaning up their communities, not waiting for local government chairmen to come and clean up for them, they are constantly ensuring that they are ridding their communities of these drug addicts, especially getting their children away from it. There's nothing Mara wants to do. He will work all his work. I'm almost done. He will work all he likes to work, but guess what? drug will still be in this country. We can't eradicate drug totally.
Yes.
But the truth is, it's not only leadership is crucial.
Yeah.
But the part of the people is just as crucial as the leader. That's my point.
On this drug issue, wait. Why can't
No.
Answer.
This drug issue that you're talking about. America, where the drugs come from. The
big barons.
The big boy.
Do they have a drug problem? Yes or no?
They do.
They do.
Oh, do they have effective drug fighters?
Yes, they
Of
do.
course.
Oh, so what are you saying?
Human beings will be human beings.
Human beings will be human beings.
That's not an
So
excuse.
it's not.
Okay,
Excuse me.
let me add to what you just said now.
Yeah.
Now, you are looking at these guys on the streets, the foot soldiers, the ones who end up the end users of the drugs, right? The people who own these barons, who are the drug lords, are from where? The leaders.
Oh.
Who told you that?
Who told you that?
No, I'm just saying.
That's all just say. That's all
Listen now.
How do you know that?
Listen now.
It's what we wanted to believe.
Because
How do you know?
when you hold somebody and they call this person and they call this person, they call go to the top and they release the person. No, see, if we say we start from the bottom does not have the influence to cause the change. That's what I'm trying to say.
The word.
That's the change. My daughter does not have the right to tell me, Mommy, is there goosey soup you must cook this week? She doesn't have the influence. But I, who is the leader, or my husband can say, is there goosey we are eating this week, and we will eat it from beginning to the end, and there's nothing that can happen. And they will frown their face, but they will eat their goosey soup. That's the difference. So we all understand our role. We know that everybody will hold hands and fight the fight.
I've never clapped for you on this set.
Our leaders starting the fight, and then we are following behind because we have assurance that the people leading us know where they are going. That's it.
See where President Governor
I'm going to go on a
Rufai-
commercial break. I'm going to go on a commercial break. When we come back, you wrap up on this conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You see, I should wrap up too, and I'm showing white shorts. Stay with us. We'll be right back. You understand? See, I should go on a break.
Ladies and gentlemen, make welcome the grand comedian of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Gbenga Adeyinka the First. OJ right here, 7 of 7, like you already know.
Gbenga right here, 7 of 7, like I'm beginning to know.
It's now time for the question.
You don't scare me one bit. Bata, I go drink. So.
Okay. So now one chance for Inter. My first question. Do you remember the names of the winners of that edition of StarQuest?
Of course I do.
Why do you?
And I hate myself for this. Because I have this question for you. Final question. No. Where outside Nigeria and what year? Think you're the only one that can be wicked.
I am thinking, because I know back in the day.
Don't think. Answer my question quick. You are thinking too much. I don't like it.
The UK.
Final answer. Okay. I said, God, please, let me to perform outside Nigeria.
Wait.
And God gave me a trip, a show in Ghana. Drink, my friend, drink. I don't
overthink this thing. See where I can.
Yes, you overthink them.
I would say you should catwalk.
Let's catwalk now. Where are we?
No, that's not catwalking.
That's good talking.
Thanks for staying with us. We're still discussing. Hopefully, we should move to our health segment. Let's give you comments on social media.
God,
I have two messages.
We don't need Sakam and J changes. When Governor El-Rufai put his children in public school, now yeah, we did for this year of you. I was on set. We shouted before we know the Peking not did there again. He didn't dare. We want to see that. Those days, for you to be able to go to any to take advantage of public scholarship, you need your G2 result. Do you know?
Nima, can I
went back to rewrite my G2
for a second. Let me pause you for a second.
In Federal Civil Service, there are
requirements. Is what we've all said on this table. There's nobody on this table that has not agreed that our leaders have taken advantage of our resources. Have gone abroad, school, their children are schooled abroad. They even go there for vacation. We understand all the issues. I'm talking about, we can sit down here and complain about Nigeria to tomorrow.
You're talking
I'm
about
saying, how do we fix it? Fixing it is not, hear me, I'm almost done, Nima. Fixing it is not getting a leader that will fix it. That's what I'm trying to make you understand. That leader is not coming unless you're going to bring in maybe somebody from somewhere in that country that is not Nigerian at all. You can bring them maybe. But if you are looking for somebody that will just enter politics and go through the ranks of politics and get to the presidency and fix Nigeria, you're wasting our time.
I agree with you.
We are wasting our time.
But when we
to
talk
find
about
that leader,
to
find influence to come later. To find that leader is what I'm saying. We need to go back to the grassroots and bring them from a society that is based on love.
I'm going to quote Fela,
interconnectivity,
I quote him wrong.
economic growth.
And government are the influences that you need. We have a culture of corruption. You want to change it. And you're saying it will start from the individual cells who don't even know what it will collectively mean.
Who's going to teach them?
Who is going to that's the point? You have answered the question.
Who does the government?
You have answered the question.
No. The person that will teach them. There is government. Please, let me help me understand. Who is government? Define government. Is it an angel? Is it coming from heaven? Who is this government? Is it Nigerian? If it's a Nigerian, maybe it's not. Maybe it's Nigerian government.
In my own family, my parents consider opening my hair
who is in the government
or having a boyfriend.
Angel Gabriel or Angel Michael?
Wait. My parents consider opening my hair, having a boyfriend, something bad for their girl child. In Bisi's house, going to the beach is okay in bikini. In YK's house, having your 21-year-old birthday bash is something okay. Are we going to have a collective culture without a common what's it called? Common place.
Identity.
A common identity. Where will it come from?
It's not going to work.
That is why
if you allow us,
that's why
if you allow us,
my father instituted that national conference for us to come together.
If you allow us each
and have a conversation,
determine what the collective will be, it will continue to clash.
Yeah.
We do not even have the power. We don't have it. We don't have the power.
I hope you understand my point.
I don't understand.
I get your point. I'm telling you your point of view.
I have understood you. It's important that you understand me.
I understand you, Morayo.
If you understand me,
I'm arguing with you from that place of understanding.
That is where
it has to be influenced down, not from down up.
I'll come back to you. Since she understands me, let me converse with her. Since she understands me, hang on. So that place of influence, who is influencing who? Answer that question. Who is influencing who?
We have a problem now.
Supposed to influence the followers.
Let's even just assume in a basket of good eggs, one bad egg is up. Every other bad egg is pursuing their own happiness, which is, of course, today materialism. We are looking at our big houses, money, everything. That one bad egg is up. Influencing more bad eggs.
The leader. I say something. I don't understand. You said that there is no Messiah coming from anywhere. That if you think that government is going to change, it's because it's with the people. I want to just say something. When you keep saying that, you are giving the leaders an excuse to misbehave. Because if you say the leaders are responsible, we, the followers too, have a responsibility, but they lead the responsibility because they are the ones that have the influence to change us.
Thank you.
Can you pause there?
You see, I can't respond. Let me finish. Okay. Because when you keep saying there is no Messiah, they can bring themselves and become Messiah. They can bring themselves together. Yes, because it's what they do.
Let me add something.
I said when 19 southern governors met yesterday and they came out with their communique, I looked at it, I listened, I said,
okay.
If true, you want to do this thing.
Things will change.
Things go work.
Okay, so let me
it's
add a
one
little
thing for them to follow it, but the Nigerians well, you know, they were the Anchors Borrower. It's not somebody's idea of Anchors Borrowers program. They all have good ideas, but the people, the human beings to implement it, Father.
How many Anchor Borrowers?
How many Anchor you know that borrow that money? Listen, you came from Jonathan. In the city, he said you win. Nigerians are giving money. Guys, have them use money to go and jackpot. It's not about leaders can bring ideas. This Messiah they're coming that will come with all these beautiful ideas and influence. They will bring the ideas, but guess what? If the rotten nature of our Nigerians, if you don't fix it, there's nothing you bring. It's not going to work. Right?
Okay, so first of all, what we're operating here is not leadership, because leadership is about service. Even Jesus said, for who will be the greatest will be the servant. And he exemplified that by washing the feet of the disciples. Washing the feet of the disciple. The feet is like the lowest part of your body, right? If you have to be a leader, you must first be a servant. And we do not have leaders that are servants. So this leadership was shouting, we don't even have it.
Excellency, sir.
We never even get
Excellency.
that.
So you're not agreeing with me?
Yes, we never get that.
We don't get the leader. Hey, we're getting somewhere.
We're saying we can have it somewhere. Yes, we can have it.
Yeah.
The fact that you have it. No, listen. The fact that you have taken the mandates and the authority puts you in a position to be a leader. Now, listen now.
If the foundation is destroyed, how can you
Leave foundation. Not be picking what will happen for my house. Leave foundation. Now me go make the rules. Now me go enforce them. Now people go look me. When I went to Rwanda, they see their president comes out on Saturdays to sweep. Their president on Saturdays. And wait, everybody comes out to sweep their compound.
Thank you.
And when they are done, when they are done, when they are done, they now gather. The people that live around the presidential place now gather, and he gives a speech. He just encourages them, and everybody goes home. Because that is a practice that the president is involved in. Everybody in their corner. If my president can come out and sweep, who am I? I will come out.
You don't go sweep.
He did not start from an Akara woman first to be able to command a lot of people. President who has the influence started it, and every other person said, "If this man," I'm telling you,
that's how I started.
Now, so it be.
Let me respond to that. Thank God, one of the ministers.
I was there. I read their history.
I'm happy you went there. Congratulations. I'm talking about those of us that the minister. I was in with Bukan Wushika's event in Dubai, where one of the ministers in Rwanda was there, and one of the things she said. When the president came, everybody had to go back because there was a lot. They had had a war, the Hutus and the Tutsis. A conversation by the people had to sit down where you confront the person who killed your child.
Yes.
The person who raped your mother.
Yes.
Let me finish now. This is not a housewives conversation. We're having a conversation. So everybody came to forgive each other. Every household realized that the people who killed your loved ones, you go and confront them and say, I'm sorry. Every household went back to forgive each other. It's from that forgiveness. Now, civic engagement.
Who organized the forgiveness? No, it's a question so that we get it. Who organized the forgiveness?
I'm getting your point.
The point I'm trying to make is that the one that you are saying that is sweeping, he did not start sweeping because he just to come to become a leader and sweep. You sweep because you now feel you're part of this community. There's a sense of loyalty to this community.
Because that is what will earn you. Wait, that is what will earn you.
Who organized the meeting?
As a people, we have a role.
Unfortunately, we have a doctor who is online.
Who organized the meeting?
We have not finished this
conversation.
Let me let you wrap up, and then we have a guest.
The people have a role. The role to determine what they will not take and what they will take.
The
role to not continue to support what is not
accept. Train is leader that will teach them.
How they know by the time the suffer reach, people go know what they go take. By the time we as Nigerians are ready, this crop of leaders that we continue to have in office, we will not have them, except you love the country. We will demand certain standards, and that standards we will make sure is enforced. That's the example of Rwanda, not the example that we are talking about.
Anyways, we have to wrap up because we have our doctor. So let me go on a very short, but in a nutshell, I don't even know how we started the conversation again.
No, I'm talking about civil servants. Civil servants return the money when they carry.
They should return it.
Civil servants, all the people where they are abroad, return the money.
So let's wrap up. Unfortunately, please return our money. Let's go on a short break. When we come back, bring in our doctor. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is 7 of 7. My name is OJ, and signing a sobriety into my hands tonight on this social experiment called the 7 of 7 is Owen G. What is the name, or what was the name? You see, I want to make them better now.
Rock Heart.
No, of the goats when they brought it on stage.
The name of that goat.
Yeah.
We should go there.
No, that one easy now.
I'm just drinking this so that I can ask him my own questions. It's not because of
Buga.
He didn't get it. You know, you know. Okay. Mention 10 female stand-up comedians in Nigeria. See, just mention their stage name. If you annoy me, you will mention their real names and the year they started. And if you annoy me further, you mention the names of their husbands and the names of their children. Try me now. Okay, mention their name.
Let's just.
No, wait. No, don't. No. Name, real name, stage name, husband name, children name. 10 of them.
Even the 10. That's a lot.
Eh?
That's a lot.
Did I cut your question for you?
Yes.
When you were happy now. With your hunchback.
That was it.
You are wasting time. We don't have time. See.
Thanks for staying with us. Right now, still on cholera, we have the WHO, that's the World Health Organization, announced an increase in cholera cases in several regions. Right now, we'll be having on the phone with us the DG of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Dr. Jide Idris, who will be giving us an update on the state of cholera in the nation. Good morning, sir. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning to you all.
So we heard of the outbreak. Lagos, as of yesterday, was about 500 confirmed cases and about 29 deaths or so. What's the situation right now nationwide?
Well, nationwide, as at yesterday, we had suspect 1,528 cases, 53 deaths across the 31 states and 107 local government areas. However, the case fatality rate was about 3.5%, which is much higher than what is agreed for this area globally. So that's a cause for concern for us.
What's happening around the enforcement, sir? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, they said this started with a bottle of Tiger Nut drink, you know, the unbranded bottle. So sir?
Yeah, go on.
So what are you doing as a body, you know, to sensitize Nigerians about such bottles or drinks?
Well, let me say again that that Tiger Nut drink is just one source, because that itself was used contaminated water to make it. So it could have contaminated other sources, but that's one source. And that basically, the idea is to let people know what cholera is, how it presents, and how it can be avoided. Cholera is a disease of poor access to or lack of access to water, sanitation, and hygiene. It is caused by an organism that gets into our food or water. Once the food or water is contaminated, transmitted. And it presents typically with serious diarrhea, profuse diarrhea, the color of which is described basically as rice water stew. That's characteristic. It could come with vomiting or not, or fever. However, the most serious aspect of it is that once you start having diarrhea, you must seek medical attention because the diarrhea is profuse. You lose a lot of fluids and electrolytes, and that's what kills. But once you can get to a health facility, they will rehydrate you and get you back to what normal. Every other thing can be taken care of. So the message was to start having this diarrhea, visit the nearest healthcare facility. But again, as a preventive measure, try to boil your water before drinking, or using it to cook.
It's sustainable. There's no gas.
Pardon?
Yeah, I'm saying you heard my thoughts. I was thinking out loud. I said, is this sustainable? There's no gas. We're managing everything at the moment. But I wanted to ask you, how is the sensitization going so far? Are people responding?
Sensitization is going quite well because I heard responses last night when I was at 2 TV stations, responses from different people on the streets. They know what to do, and it's going on at different states because it's a state issue. All this is occurring in different states. We've sent out advices to them. We told them what to address, and they will address such in the languages that are peculiar to their states. But I'm happy that all the states are taking over their responsibilities. They are holding meetings, doing surveillance activities, and trying to address the people in terms of prevention. So I don't have any doubt whatsoever that we will overcome. Yesterday, we established the incident and national incident command systems. Basically, this is just a way to coordinate nationally the response to this cholera, so that we don't have this scattered response. We also consolidate the issue of resources we have so that we can distribute to the various states that need them. This time around, we're concentrating on the hotspots, about 8 to 9 states where this disease is very, very rampant. They constitute about 90% of the cases nationally now, so we're concentrating on them.
Okay, let's talk about the issue of vaccine, because many of the states are saying that they are yet to receive vaccines from the federal government. The SA2, the governor came on our show of Lagos State, was saying that there was somewhat a decline in Lagos, but right now it looks like over the weekend the numbers went up. So what's the update on that, on the issue of the updates in Lagos, and then the issue of vaccines?
The update in Lagos, what we have here is on the rise, because they have more deaths now. But I hope, since they've all gotten together, they've got their acts together, we hope to see a decrease in number of cases in the next couple of days. With respect to the vaccines, let me say that vaccines alone cannot control any disease. That's number one. Number two, it's not peculiar to cholera alone. Vaccines generally, the demand for vaccines generally, nationally and globally, the demand is so high. The demand is high. Supply is very limited. Most of these countries pre-order for these vaccines when they know that this is occurring. And so I know that the Minister for Health has contacted Gavi and CGI for more vaccines. I don't know when those vaccines arrive. But more importantly, the vaccine itself only gives limited immunity for a short period of time. So generally, we say that you use vaccines in combination with other control measures, preventive measures, and address the issue of water, address the issue of sanitation, and personal hygiene. With those three, we are sure that you can contain the disease.
Okay. All right. So what are the plans? I mean, we know some of what Lagos State is doing, but there are some places, other states. How are the numbers in the other states doing? Are you experiencing a decline in some states, or is there still an increase across the various states that we have?
With the encouragement and all the states that have been sensitized to take up the battle in their various states, they've set up their own incident command systems. We've also sent out rapid teams from here. I know that I was in Lagos last week. 2 of my colleagues are in Lagos right now, helping them, assessing them. We've sent other teams again to all those hotspot states to guide them and support them. Also, our partners like WHO, UNICEF, etc., they're also in various states to support all the states, especially where there are gaps.
Okay.
I don't have any fears whatsoever that in the coming days we will to get over this.
Aside, what other measures means do people contact cholera aside, contaminated water? What should we be doing as a preventive measure? Washing hands?
The prevention, hand washing is basic, and that's what we are concentrating on. And I think this culture of hand washing should also be passed on to our school children. So the school health program must be activated in various states. That's that age where issue of hygiene and personal hygiene ability can be cultivated early. Apart from hand washing, this open defecation we should discourage. Like Riley said earlier on, you don't have water. So what we are talking about, linking up with the Ministry of Water Resources, that at least they should try to provide temporary water supply, maybe tankers with good water to those areas where they don't have water they can assist. You provide mobile toilets or build portable latrines that can be properly maintained for now, at least because I know defecation is a physiological reaction. If you have nowhere to do this, you do it openly. So we need to discourage that. Secondly, with the rainy season, NIMET has predicted a heavier rainfall this time, and we need to be careful, especially all those flood-prone areas. Once the flood starts, there's a tendency that the source of water there can be contaminated. So they need to do something about this flood, either move people away from the flood-prone areas and do something. But this is a long-term measure, and this is where, again, physical planning is essential. It's a long-term measure, but most states should address this one. So most states should address the issue of water supply, environmental sanitation, waste disposal, sewage disposal, drainage systems to address, to reduce the flooding and the effect of flood, and of course, continuous sensitization. If they have access to vaccines, when the thing comes, the National Primary Healthcare Development Agency is the one that handles vaccines. They know how they will distribute this to the most people who most need them.
This question is for people right now, because while we are waiting for government to supply water and everything, there has to be a way for people to sterilize their water right now. I listened to a doctor yesterday saying if you put your water in the sun and the sun beats it, maybe put it on the roof of your car or something, that sterilizes the water. Is that possible?
That is not possible, because if you want to sterilize water, you have to boil it. The sun cannot boil water.
Yes,
I know that some materials have been sent to the various state governments now, even with support from WHO. They are providing disinfecting tablets for people to use in their water, just to reduce the number of bacteria there, to decontaminate the water before they drink or use them. This is being circulated, being propagated at the local government and the state governments. We also distribute again from here when we get when the supplies are. No, we will send some out to the various states now. So these include oral radiation therapy, chlorine tablets for disinfection of water, IV drips, etc. These are things they will need on the field to address this. We also, for states, perhaps again they should create oral radiation centers for those of them who have diarrhea, where they can easily set drips for them, give them the fluids, and give them other treatment they can use. And we're having assistance by MSF on this matter, because that's their area of expertise.
Okay. Thank you so much, sir. I mean, is there any other updates you think we should know before you leave? Because so far we're happy that the government seems to be putting this under control, but we're just worried about a serious spike in certain areas that don't have quick access to medical care.
No, that's why we've sensitized all states now. All states are on alert for this. And we are, the incident command system now, we have people all over the states now who collect data, who track the data to see the occurrence of this disease. And with that tracking, we can narrow down to which areas they have problems and address those problems there. We give them all the necessary support. We're also currently training staff in various state governments on how to make diagnosis. You don't wait for all these highfalutin diagnostic facilities. Cholera presents in a very typical manner, and it's something, again, you can use microscopy for. Just look at the stool and put it under the microscope. You can make your presumptive diagnosis.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. We've been speaking with Dr. Idris, Dr. Ijide Idris, the DG of NCDC. Thank you so much, sir, for joining us this morning. That's all we can take on today's show. Hope you learned a few things as we have. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye for now.